Driver's still not back yet?
No. Should be any minute now.
What have they got?
Not a lot. Like you said, the boat's been in pretty bad shape. Plus, the boys reckon it took a battering in that last storm we had.
Yeah, OK. Surely they were able to retrieve something, anything.
Bits and pieces. Mostly boat equipment, tools, that sort of thing. They did say something about a strongbox. They found it on the seabed. Might have been dumped overboard before the boat went down.
It's better than a kick in the guts. They say what's in it?
Not yet. It's got a pretty hefty lock on it, apparently.
Right, we'll tell the boys to get a move on. We haven't got all day.
Base dive master, come in.
Hey, Jeff, you're going to hurt yourself lifting that.
Oh, it's all right.
How you going anyway, mate? I haven't seen you in here for a while.
Yeah, just been caught up with Ruby. Thanks.
Ah, how's she coping?
Yeah, not bad.
And you? Are you hanging in there?
Well, I know it's a lot for Ruby to deal with. I've been trying to make things easier for her, but it just feels like the more I try to do for her, the more annoyed she gets at me.
Well, maybe don't do so much, mate.
Yeah, well, my boyfriend, Tony, I'm supposed to look after her.
Jeff, Ruby strikes me as a pretty independent 16-year-old, mate. I don't think she's going to go all helpless on you, you know?
You don't think I realised that by now? No, look, I know it sounds bad, but I can't just sit by and watch her go through all this without wanting to help.
Granted, but you can't manage it for her either, mate.
It's kind of hard to back off when we live in the same house. Sorry, I know this must be really weird for you. I'm talking about Ruby, your Xavier's uncle.
Only if Ruby and Xavier are still going out, mate. Look, seriously, if you want my advice, I'd suggest that you just, I don't know, give Rubes a bit of space and see what happens, mate.
Well, I say let him in. He cares about you and he wants to be there for you.
Really?
Well, thank you.
Thank you. It just feels like he's becoming more of my carer than my boyfriend.
Living with diabetes is a huge adjustment for both of you. He's trying to find his way as much as you are.
Yeah, well, it's not fair. We've been together a week. We should be reveling in our romantic bliss, not worrying about sugar levels and insulin injections and how many grams of fat I put in my mouth.
Have you talked to Jeff about this?
No. But I've been grumpy enough. You should know by now.
It doesn't work that way. Emoting does not take the place of talking.
Yeah, I know. It's just hard, that's all. I just feel like everything in my life needs to revolve around my stupid diabetes.
I know it's hard. And I know it's scary, which is exactly the reason that you should talk to Jeff. Tell him what you need. Tell him what you don't need. The main thing is don't shut him out.
John, I'm really not up for this.
No, look, I won't take up much of your time, I promise. I just thought you might like to know that I offered Romeo his job back.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he wasn't inclined to accept it, but I'm hoping that he will come around once he's had the chance to cool off a bit.
And did you do that for my benefit or his?
Well, there's no harm in saying yours and his, is there? Look, Gina, I understand what you saw yesterday was disappointing. And I know that sometimes I can come across as tough and inflexible.
And dominating springs to mind.
Point taken. But what I'm saying here is I made a mistake yesterday. I crossed a line and I can see that now thanks to you. And I'm wondering if you'd just give me another chance.
John, I'm not here to change you. You are who you are.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I can't change my own behaviour. Look, Romeo isn't the first stuff-up I've made. God knows I made a big enough mess with my stepson. I just reckon it's not too late for this old dog to learn a few new tricks.
Hello? Dorothy, hi. Yeah, I can talk. I'm just doing a bit of spring cleaning. How can I help you? I thought they found him a foster home. Okay, but what's that got to do with me?
Done a good job with these fakes.
Or if we're lucky, maybe forensics can trace where they were made.
Yeah, just like they're able to chose a match for our fingerprint. What's this?
It's part of the engine, as far as I can tell anyway.
These look like numbers to you?
Marine serial numbers, maybe.
Yeah, which means they've got to be on record somewhere. Yeah, write this down. We'll call it in.
What are the chances this is registered locally?
Well, if they're smart, less than nil. There's got to be a record on file somewhere. I'm not going to stop searching until we find it.
Please come in.
Martha! Gosh, talk about big decisions. Do I keep walking and he stays asleep? Or do I take him home, put him to bed and risk him waking up?
Sorry, I'm probably not the best person to ask.
Well, still, it's good to workshop these things. Are you okay?
Kinda. Not really. They've asked me to reconsider fostering Bang Bang. Apparently the family he's with isn't working out.
So what are you going to do?
Well, Hugo's already made it clear he doesn't think it's a good idea.
What do you think?
Honestly, I'd have him back in a heartbeat. He's got no one, Rach. But it's already caused so much conflict between Hugo and me.
Well, do you think maybe there's something else going on there? Maybe he thinks that it's going to be too traumatic when you have to give Bang Bang up.
I've already thought about that, but this isn't about me. I just feel like I've let him down once and I don't want to do that again.
I understand what you're saying. I guess I'm not the one that you have to convince.
Just feels so wrong that it's come down to this. If a child needs help, shouldn't Hugo be able to see that?
Hey, you made it.
This looks good.
Uh-huh. And not a gram of fat or sugar in sight. So would you like a sushi roll?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the good news is my levels have been completely on track the last few days, and Dr. Madden says if I keep going like this, I'm going to be a star patient.
Is there any soy sauce?
Uh-huh.